Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. A big happy Good Friday to all of you guys out there. Today is Flexible Friday as well. So on Fridays we get flexible if you didn't already know that. So we've got a nice full body stretch coming for you. I say we, but I really mean me and you. So the fun thing about today is we are going to be laying down the entire time. So a little bit lazy, but also getting a really awesome stretch. So if that sounds good to you, just find some space. Let's get into it. And just remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So since everything today can be done laying down, we're going to start to make our way onto our backs. So bring your legs out nice and long, lay down. We're going to go into a banana pose first. So we're going to stretch really our entire body with this one. But you're going to keep your hips where they are. And then you're going to start to shimmy your shoulders, your upper body over to the right side. So you might be on the edge of your mat. You might actually be off of your mat, but your hips aren't moving. And once you've got your upper body moved over, you're going to start to move your legs or your feet. So I like to take my left foot and cross it over top of my right leg. It just helps me keep my legs in place, but that's just an option. Next, you're going to take your arms and reach them above your head. I like to grab onto my left wrist with my right hand and create even more length through that left arm. You're resting your head on the mat. You're feeling this all through your obliques, the sides of your core. You're feeling this in the legs, even up into the shoulders and that tricep. And if you do want to take this further, you just keep trying to make a nice U shape with your body, but try to keep the hips in one place. I'm just going to stay on this side for one more nice deep breath. And then you can start to shimmy yourself back into a straight line. So I like to start with my legs and then do my shoulders. Take a moment here or start to make your way to the other side. So hips are staying where they are, shimmying the upper body, the shoulders over to the left, and then adding those legs. Maybe crossing the right over the left this time, making that nice banana shape. You can reach your arms above your head. Maybe hanging on to the right wrist this time with the left hand. And just notice if this side feels different than the last side. And taking your last full breath here. And then sliding your way, wiggling your way back into a nice straight line. So from here, we're just going to bend our knees and plant our feet. You're going to take your left hand and you're just going to place it underneath your back. So both the middle or upper back. So your elbows out to the side. I want your palm to face down. So your palm's facing down. And it's kind of more your fingers. Your whole hand does not have to be under your back. It's more your fingers. And then you're just internally rotating the shoulder. So you might be feeling this already. Your elbows out to the side. Your palm is facing down. So your palm is pushing into the floor. If you want to take this one further, you guys, you're just going to let your knees fall over to the left side. And that might be enough for you, just letting the knees fall. But I actually have to shimmy my hips. I actually want to stack my right hip on top of the left hip. So if you are still not feeling this and you feel like you're rolling all the way over to the side, maybe place your hand a little bit further underneath your back. I have to actually make that adjustment. I'm not quite getting the stretch that I'm looking for. So just shimming, sliding your hand maybe a little bit further under your back, just a little bit if you need to, if you're not feeling this. And then I am feeling this now. Taking that right shoulder, if it's still on the mat, you could lift it up like you want to lay all the way over onto your left side. But again, if it's too much, you keep that right shoulder planted on the mat. Awesome, you guys. So feeling this all through that left arm, that left shoulder. We're not going to stay too long in this one. And then if your knees are over to the side, you can start to bring them up, laying onto your back again. Take that arm or that hand out from under you and do some shoulder rolls. Hopefully that you felt a good stretch there, that you need to do some shoulder rolls, or your body is telling you to do some shoulder rolls. If not, no worries. We're going to try again on the other side. So if this is new to you, just play with it, finding that perfect stretch for you. So taking your hand, your right hand this time, tucking it under the side of your back, so kind of the upper back instead of the low back. Make sure your palm is facing down though. So your elbows out to the side. And then if you'd like, you can drop the knees to the right, or you could just stay here. Up to you as you start to drop the right knees. Again, I like to actually stack my hips. I like to move my hips around a little bit to let the knees fall further over. And then you can even pick that left shoulder up if you want extra. So if you're still not feeling it and you're laying completely on your right side, just try and bring your hand a little further under your back. Just making sure the palm is facing down though, so not facing up. Nice work, you guys. So starting to come back out of this one, take that hand out from underneath you. Do your nice big and slow shoulder rolls on that right side. And then we're going to move down into our lower body. So you're going to take that right leg and bring it up towards the ceiling. Just hang onto the back of the quad, or maybe sliding your hands up towards your calf, but just getting into our hamstring. So you could hang onto your foot, you could hang onto your calf, but just thinking about lengthening this leg, getting a stretch to the back of it. You could extend the left leg out if you want. Nice, you guys. And just taking a few more breaths here. I want you to flex your foot, pull your toes towards your forehead, and then point your toe. And just stretch your ankle a little bit here. But also notice that when you flex your foot, you might feel the hamstring stretch more. And then when you point your toe, you might get a little bit of a release or a little less tension. I don't know. But as you flex your foot and point your toe, you're just getting a nice stretch to the ankle. Awesome work. So release that right leg down and bring the left leg up. Starting to grab onto the back of the quad or sliding your hands up your leg. And then you can straighten the right leg out if you want, or keep that leg bent and add the point of the toe, the flex of the foot, if you want to get into that ankle. Awesome, you guys. So starting to let that left leg go out nice and long. We're just going to walk our feet together, let our knees come out wide just for a moment, making a diamond shape with the legs, feeling this a little bit through the hips. So if you want a little bit more, just slide your heels closer to your hips. And if you want less, try to bring the feet a little bit further away. But again, that could be vice versa for you. Maybe you get more when the legs are further, or and you get less. Just play with it. Nice job, you guys. So from here, bring those knees back together. Bring the knees back together. Hug your right knee into your chest. So as you hug that right knee in, nice and tight, you might be starting to feel this through the right hip. You might be getting into your glute. We're just going to take that right foot and place it onto the left knee, or onto the left quad. So your knee is now coming away from your chest. It's kind of falling out to the side a little bit or pushing back to the side. And then you can pick that left foot up off the floor, hang onto the back of your quad if you want, bringing the legs towards the chest, getting into your glute for thread the needle. So from here, once you're settled in, you've got your legs hugging towards your chest, we're just going to do a few ankle circles with that left foot. So do a few ankle circles in one direction and then switch directions. Awesome, you guys. Start to unwind those legs. Bring the right foot down, left knee's coming into the chest, so nice and tight, hug that leg in. Take a nice deep breath. And then start to bring the left foot over the right leg or the right knee, and then you can lift that right foot up into the air, or you can keep it down, but hang on to the back of your quad if you're lifting your foot up into the air. And then add your nice, slow ankle circles. Nice work, you guys. Start to release out of that one. Bring your right foot down, uncross your legs. So we're going to come up onto our forearms. We're still on our backs. Technically, we're laying down. You're going to either sit on your hands or have your hands beside your hips, but you're on your forearms. And then you're just going to let your head fall back. So if you can get the top of the head to touch your mat, try to go there. If it doesn't, that's completely fine. But you're feeling the length through the front of the neck here. You're opening up through the chest, through the heart as you push into your forearms. And then point your toes here. This is fish pose. Awesome, you guys. Start to bring your shoulders all the way back down. If you were sitting on your hands, just bring them out from under you. Bend your knees, plant your feet again. We're going to lift our hips up and slide them over to the right side. So just a little movement. Your knees are going to fall over to the left. So you can stack your hips on top of each other, stack your knees on top of each other, coming into a twist. So once you've got your legs over, adjust your shoulders. Try to keep both shoulders planted. You can extend your arms out to the sides or maybe rest your hands on your knees, but just twisting through the spine. And then with an inhale, you can start to make your way out of this one and out to the other side. So plant your feet, lift the hips, slide them over to the left side this time, and then let the knees fall. That just helps keep our spine in a nice straight line for when we come into the twist. So if you look down to your hips, hopefully they're in line with your shoulders. And then adjusting your shoulders to keep them down on the mat. And then using an inhale, you can start to come out of that twist, lift the knees. Somehow I always end up off of my mat. So extend your legs out nice and long. We're going to clasp our hands together behind our head and then pull the chin towards the collarbone to stretch through the back of the neck. And then nice and gently resting your head back down onto the ground. Take your arms, place them beside you, flip your palms to face up. I want you to slide your feet out a little bit wider than where they are right now as well. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Awesome work today, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.